Okay, so today at the fish market on Saturday, we got 4 big old California spot prawn. Now we are going to prepare them to end up as a very tasty shrimp cocktail. So how I do that is pretty simple. You take the prawns and the head bit, that's got to come off. You don't need this, so you just grab it right there at the break and twist to the side, and off it comes. Head off, tail body, delish. You can see inside there's no meat, that's just guts. But now you can see we just have 4 huge shrimp tails that are gonna make the best shrimp cocktail ever. This one's got a few little extra legs there. You don't need to stay. Go away, legs. You wanna leave the shell on because it protects the flesh when you flash fry it. So I have these chopper shears here that I'm gonna get all the little legs with because we don't need those. Yeah, those can just go right away. So I'm gonna chop those off. The next step in the best shrimp cocktail ever is to prepare the water boil that the shrimp are gonna go into. So you can see I just got a big pot of water. There's about 6 cups of water in there. It's getting ready to boil. Into that, we are going to put a 1/2 cup of salt and a 1/2 cup of sugar. I just dumped them both in there because I didn't want to make 2 pours. But that just goes right in, and we're going to incorporate all that. With that, you can put in a whole lemon, so 2 halves with the juicer, and we're just going to put it right in there with the lemon juice. I'm going to set the phone down while I do it. And the lemon juice, the sugar, and the salt are all going to be on the shrimp when it goes in here for its bath. And then the last step is the most important step, and probably the one that's easiest to miss if you're doing this at home, and that is an ice bath. The shrimp are so delicate, they will continue to cook even if you remove them from the heat once they're heated up in the boil. And so that'll make them rubbery and not that great after the fact, so you don't want that. So instead, you have, now I got the lemons juiced. You can leave them in there too. They'll just boil off more juice into the witch's brew we got going on here. And stir so that sugar doesn't stick to the bottom. But yeah, once this is nice and incorporated and boiled, the shrimp are ready to go in. And then we've got that, which now you can see is a big thing of ice, which is going to go straight into here at immediately the time, about 3.5 minutes for those shrimpers. So while we are waiting on the water to boil still, I'm going to start on the cocktail sauce to go with the delicious shrimps. So first we're going to grind up some peppercorns here. And that's the most difficult step in this whole process. The rest of it is basically just combining ingredients in a bowl. But once you get all the pepper, you're going to have some lemon zest. I have a few extra ingredients that we're just blessed to have. Mom gave me some New Mexico chili powder. And we also have some really good hot sauce from a local oyster house here, which we're just going to add both to make this kind of an overly spicy cocktail sauce. I like my shrimp cocktail sauce to be that kind of monster heat without, a negative reaction. So use all the good stuff. And you can see these peppercorns are coming along. And yeah, I think most people don't use enough pepper when they cook with pepper. You can really use a lot of it, and it doesn't hurt most things. Julia sometimes disagrees with me on that, but, well, this isn't her shrimp cocktail, it's mine. So I'm gonna have a lot of pepper. All right, so once we get that ground up, the pepper goes in the bowl, the chilies and the salt go in the bowl. Next, we'll have the there it is. This guy go in the bowl. And this is probably one of those things where a little bit is a lot off of that big clump. Next, the lemon zest and lemon juice. This whole recipe uses a lot of lemon juice, and it's because it's kind of the only acidity going into the dish. So the more you have, the better. Really, you can't miss. The bigger the lemon, the easier to zest. Now we'll start with the wet. Juice of half of these lemons are too big for my juicer. That's probably enough lemon juice. And we've got some Gold's prepared horseradish. I don't know what they did to prepare it other than just chop it up and puree it for us, but hey, good enough.
Oh, we got some stabilizers in it.
And then the sort of base ingredient, so you don't have to make it from scratch, is this Thai sweet red chili sauce right here. And I can read you the ingredients. They're pretty simple. It's water, rice vinegar, garlic, red chili pepper, and salt. So more of a lot of the same stuff we're already doing. That just saves time preparing it so you don't have to chop all that stuff up. And add that to taste and flavor, what you think you need. And then a little bit of the Ironside 7-pot quality hot sauce. And then we'll stir all this up. Oh yeah, I also have some ketchup just to thicken it up. It's Heinz 57. Anyone who knows me knows I like this stuff, so. You get it all in there and then stir, whisk, combine. It's yummy. So that will get transferred into our serving vessel, which is this sweet martini glass. And then we'll hang the shrimp on the outside of this when they're done cooking. Okay, so here are the shrimp. They're ready to go. There is the boiling water. It's ready to go. We're gonna go exactly 3 minutes on the shrimpers. Okay, so that's 3 minutes and another 30 seconds here. We're gonna enter the ice bath. You can see the shrimp have plumped out. They're just super meaty and full. They're turning red like shrimp normally look. And they're basically ready to go. Turn the burner off and get the ice bath ready. This will be fun. As you put the ice bath in, it tends to go kerfloosh because the water is silly hot. And then that instantly cools it down. Just give it a few things. And okay, so now all they have to do is, we've already had them ready to go, so you just take off the shell like any normal shrimp, and once all that comes off, you've just got your delicious shrimp ready to eat. And our neighbors were nice enough to bring over some Mexican prawns that you see here on the platter that we'll have with our live California prawns. And as soon as I get all these shells off in here, they're gonna go right into the cocktail glass, and we have the makings of a perfect shrimp cocktail. Today we're going to eat it with, which champagne did you guys bring down? Some fancy grower champagne from Europe, the Champagne Le Coeur Gourbillon Premier Cru, which is going to be excellent with the shrimp.